From breaking Frozen 2's record at the box office, to all the little Easter eggs that paid homage to the franchise, here's how Super Mario Bros. Smashed box office expectations. For starters, what did fans expect from the film anyway? There's no denying that films that are based on video games are an absolute nightmare to bring to the big screen. I mean, just take a look at some of the biggest attempts at it with the previous Mario Brothers film, and even the Resident Evil show. So obviously, fans were a little scared going into this, and the first trailer only made them lose even more hope, especially considering how different Chris Pratt's take on the character's voice was from what you've been used to. I mean, who could ever imagine Mario not talking like an Italian plumber? This led to a lot of fans just thinking of it as another cash grab, and that they were going to be disappointed in the end, though things changed when the second trailer for the film dropped. While the iconic character still just sounded like Chris Pratt just talking in his normal voice, it reminded fans that there's so much more to the Mario universe than just the main character. Ultimately, after seeing other characters like Bowser, Luigi, and Toad, there was some hope that they could get the rest of it right, if not the entire thing. You could compare that second trailer to have the same effect that the second trailer for Sonic had.
Finish this, you're coming with me. Watch and learn.
While the filmmakers didn't make any major changes, the audience reception was much better this time around. But the big question is, how did the film turn out? The film was released on April 5th, 2023, and here's the shocker. In a total of just 5 days, it somehow managed to make a huge profit. In fact, the film ended up making about $204.6 million, that too only in domestic sales. Things get even crazier when you take a look at how well it sold all over the world, making about $377 million all over the globe. And while Super Mario Bros. Might not stack up to films like Avatar or The Avengers, this is a huge feat for any animated film. In fact, it's now the highest grossing animated film, or at least one of the top ones, if not the biggest out there, beating Disney's Frozen 2, a film that managed to take the crown for the biggest weekend opener for an animated film. Not just that, even though it's an incredible achievement itself, but Super Mario Bros. Is now the best video game adaptation that the world has ever seen, beating out both of the Sonic the Hedgehog film, taking the throne and showing how a video game adaptation really needs to be pulled off. Safe to say, the film has been a huge success and has blown way past people's expectations. And considering all of this, are we about to witness a completely new era in video game adaptations? Well, that depends on how people have reacted to it, especially longtime fans of the game. And well, it's no surprise that they have been absolutely loving the out of the film, with a bunch of them even going ahead to watch it more than once in theaters. While fans initially had low expectations, the film really ended up surprising everyone, and that might have a lot to do with details that only fans of the games would get.
It's meat for the grinder.
Pay him no heed. He is cute, but he is.
There's gotta be a way out of here.
There's no escape.
Making it feel like it truly was made for fans of the franchise. The very same people who had been supporting the game for most probably their entire lives. That, mixed in with some incredible music from Brian Tyler, along with some of the best animated visuals that you may have ever seen, at least in an animated film, makes it an absolute treat to watch. If you thought that the Lego movie back in the day finally brought actual magic to the screen, you're in for more than just a surprise with how great it looks and carries all of the beauty of the games. In fact, a lot of people on Twitter talked about how the film made them actually cry with nostalgia, and how finally seeing their favorite characters represented on screen was life-changing for them. But I have to say, all of that wouldn't have been possible without all those incredible Easter eggs.
Here we are, Palace Doors, big bang boom. Come on! Woo!
I mean, they straight up threw in a bunch of Easter eggs that reference Luigi's Mansion and Bowser's Floating Island. Of course, fans were going to love some of the most iconic moments from the franchise popping up on their screens. But that's not all. There's an entire section of the film dedicated to Mario Kart. Even the tools that Toad and Mario used to make them are shown in the same menu from the games, along with some iconic items that players have been using in the games forever. Even Bowser's vehicle from the scene where he's kidnapping the Kongs is the same as Super Mario World.
Do not touch that mushroom, you'll die! Oh, I'm sorry. That one's perfectly fine. Come on, Mario!
Mushroom Kingdom Here we come!
But it's not just older games that the film is referencing. There's even a direct Easter egg from Super Mario Odyssey, particularly in the scene where Bowser is getting ready to get married to Peach, where he wears the same hat as he does in the game. Though, even the Easter eggs in this film have little Easter eggs of their own, such as, once again, during the marriage scenes, you can see King Boo as one of the guests. Now, for any of you who might not remember, he was the main villain from Luigi's Mansion, along with King Bob-omb, the first boss from Super Mario 64. There's just so much attention to detail here. You can really tell that the filmmakers wanted this to be an experience that the fans would never forget, and they made sure to do just that, not only with the Easter eggs, but also with the plot. Now, if you've ever played any Mario game, you pretty much already know what the plot is going to be. But for anyone out there who might not have had the chance to do so, here's a little summary. The film revolves around Princess Peach, who's been kidnapped by the villain of the franchise, Bowser, who intends to marry her and take over the entire world. That's right, folks. We're diving deep into nostalgic waters here. So it's all in the hands of two Italian plumbers, Mario and Luigi, who need to not only save the princess, but also the world from the evil that Bowser plans to unleash. What I really love is that the film acts as an origin story for the two brothers, which means that there might be more to come. That makes me wonder though, while the film has definitely done well enough, does it have more to offer in a different medium? That's something that only the creators of the film and Nintendo can tell, because even the current film has one major flaw. Now, I'm not saying that Super Mario Bros. Wasn't an absolute treat to watch. There's no denying that the storyline wasn't the best out there. I think they might have spent too much time figuring out how to fit in each and every single Easter egg possible, which was an incredible thing to see, but it ended up making the plot feel shallow and very bare bones. So if they are going to make another film later on, this is one issue that needs some serious fixing, because let's be honest, you can't rely on the nostalgia factor forever, right? In fact, even the fans believe that in order for the franchise to have actual depth, the filmmakers need to spend time developing the story and characters if they want to carry it forward. But judging by the great work that they've done with this film, something tells me that the fate of the Super Mario Bros. Is in safe hands.
Mario.
That's been a look into the new Mario movie, which is smashing box office expectations.
What is this place?